What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about another commonly asked question, which is how to improve your endurance, how to build up that stamina. So let's get this video started. First, let's talk about that long-lasting cardio that you're going to need to last in your sparring matches and during your training sessions. Now, the most simple, most effective way to build up this long-lasting cardio is by simply going for jogs and going for runs. It's probably the most hated exercises. I absolutely hate going for jogs and runs, but there's really no easy way. There's really no shortcut around this. This is really the most effective way to build up that stamina. Now, there are other supplemental cardio exercises that you can do with your jogging. So let's say, for example, that you would normally go on a 2-mile jog. Let's say instead you want to just do a 1-mile jog, then you want to add in some other type of cardio exercise. That would be perfectly fine every now and then. You're still going to get that jog in, but then you're also going to do another type of exercise that's not going to be as effective of a jog, but it's still going to get your cardio, still going to work on that as well. Now, some examples of some alternative cardio exercises that you can add in would be jump roping. You can do basic taekwondo kicking. One drill I like to do is just alternating back leg roundhouses. You can just do right leg, right leg. Just kind of do a nice easy bounce in between. If you're a beginner and you're not used to doing that, keeping that rhythm with that bounce, and you can still just do basic just back leg roundhouse, put it down, slide back, left leg, put it down, slide back. You can do it that way. Or if you want something a little bit more advanced, you can do back leg doubles. One thing I like to do is do like 10 doubles consecutively. Stop, take a breather, do another 10. Just do like sets of 10. That's another kicking alternative for cardio that you can do. Another good cardio exercise you can do is boxing or kickboxing. Just put on some boxing gloves and just hit on the heavy bag. You can work on some, even if you're not that good with your hands, just work on some combos, work on just basic punches. Even if you just stick to like 3 punches, just do those 3 punches over and over again with some footwork, add in some of your taekwondo kicks, and there you go. That's another great workout, and it's also something different just to mix things up. That way you don't get bored by doing the same thing over and over again. Now let's talk about that explosive cardio. Now you're already working that long-lasting cardio, and that's going to help you last during your sparring matches and during your training sessions. But another thing you need to work is that explosive, those fast twitch muscles to help you be able to pull the trigger with those fast kicks and be able to do multiple kicks into combinations. Now, some exercises that I like to do to work that explosiveness, the most simple thing is going to be sprints. I do short sprints, about 10 to 15 seconds. You can go longer if you want, but I personally just like doing about 10 to 15 seconds. It helps me really just build up my speed, and then as soon as I do that, I kind of start slowing back down. I usually do quite a few sets of that on top of some regular jogging. Another thing, if you have access to stairs, I really like going up the stairs, sprinting up the stairs. It's just a little bit different. It also burns your legs a little bit more than regular sprints would. So for example, you could sprint up the stairs. Once you get to the top, turn around, walk back down. As you're walking back down, that's your chance to really catch your breath. Once you get back down, sprint right back up them. And then a taekwondo alternative to working some explosiveness that I like to do would be fast consecutive roundhouses. So what you would do, for example, if I've got my right leg back, I would rear leg, right leg roundhouse, speed and power. You want to work on your speed and power. As soon as you make contact, put it down in front and then pick it right back up and just keep on going. I would do about 10 on each side. Do 10 with your right, do 10 with your left, and then just keep going back and forth. You can add like a pause in between, like do your 10, catch your breath for a second, do a couple bounces, swap your feet, and then explode with the left leg doing 10. If 10 is too easy, bump it up to 20. You want to make it a little bit challenging to get those last few kicks in. You don't want to make it too hard, but you definitely want to make it a little bit of a challenge to get those last few in. Now I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I did to prepare for my last tournament. And during my last tournament, I personally felt like I had the best stamina and the best endurance I'd personally ever had versus previous years of competing. And what I did was simple. I went jogging 2 to 3 miles 5 to 6 times a week And on top of that, 3 to 4 of those days, I would also add in about 10 to 15 minutes of sprints. That is all I did, and I felt like I had the best stamina and endurance during that tournament just from doing that. And I think the tournament was like I think it was in January or the beginning of February. And I think I started jogging maybe like end of October, beginning of November, something like that, like 2 to 3 months of doing all that. And what really helped was I was only working part-time. I was still living at home, and my dad did all of that with me. So that really helped. Even on days that I really didn't want to go for a jog, he would make me go running. He would do it with me the whole time, especially during those cold months. Going jogging in the cold is never fun. Really hard to breathe. So I really didn't want to do it then either, but he really just made me go jogging with him. We also went to the YMCA every now and then, and he helped me do some taekwondo kicking. He would hold targets for me, work on some drills with me as well. We would jog in the indoor track there as well, because it was in between when one of my taekwondo schools closed and before another one opened. So it was kind of in a gap where I didn't have anywhere to train. So my dad really helped a lot with preparing me for that tournament. He helped me with my cardio, and he did the best he could to help me prepare kicking wise as well. So if you really want to improve your endurance and your stamina, basically you just need to get out there and go running. Personally, right now, I'm just dedicating 3 days a week to cardio as of right now. Before I would start competing or before my second degree black belt test, I will probably bump it up to at least 4 to 5 times a week going on jogs. But for now, I'm just doing 3 days a week, dedicating 3 days a week for cardio. Sometimes more. I'm only wanting to commit to 3 days right now. I'll eventually start bumping it up. But, I mean, it's just simple. You just need to get out there, go running, do some sprints. You can also supplement it with those other exercise ideas I mentioned before, but you really need to just get in those jogs and those sprints if you want to build up your endurance. I do hope you all enjoyed this talking video. As before, when I mentioned about me talking about my dad helping me a lot with Taekwondo, it kind of brought up the idea, how many of you all would like to see a training video with me and my dad doing some Taekwondo training together? He hasn't trained in a really long time, but he did start Taekwondo with me and my brother, and he made it up to like red belt. So he did have a lot of experience. He made it pretty far, but he hasn't trained in quite a while. But if enough of you would like to see that, then I will get him in this training room and we will do a little bit of Taekwondo kicking together if that's something you all would like to see. Also, make sure to leave me a comment down below on what topic you want to see me talk about next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like us on Facebook, and follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys later.